Hello, everybody. My name is Roots, and today we have a Metroid Dread All Bosses tournament match between Delusional Prince and Manijure. This should be getting started pretty soon. I'm lying. They've started already, and I can't see. Oh, my apologies for that. I'm quite new to this. Okay, so we have. There we go. So we're starting out in Artaria, and Artaria tends to be the place where everyone resets the most. If you've ever seen a Metroid Dread speedrun, Artaria is commonly known as Purg Artaria because every runner tends to reset quite a bit. There's a lot of tricks in here that tend to be pretty tough. In all bosses, you still don't skip any, if I'm being honest. The only time you skip them, maybe like 2 of them because they're pseudo waves, is in glitchless. But they'll be doing the first of 3 climbs at this point, and it seems it's going pretty smoothly for each of them. And then we are going to meet the broken Emmy. So the only time we see it, which is in all bosses. Honestly, pretty scary the first time you meet the broken Emmy, but the easiest Emmy in the game. Seems as if Manny's I was gonna say screen is frozen for a second, but I think we're adjusting the sync. Alright, and Delusional takes down the broken Emmy first. A couple seconds ahead of Manny, probably due to some movement hiccups in the climb. But we're coming up on the first trick that would mainly be a big reset point for a lot of runners, especially if you're just first starting out the game, because there really is no perfect way to set this up. It's just something that's comfortable for you, and it's something known as the cloak pseudo, and Delusional gets through the door at 220, which is a really good time, and see how Manny handles it. Alright, Manny getting a little stuck, but gets through it. Gets through the door around 233. It's honestly not. It's pretty good. Oh, Delusional chance for headlock, and I think he got it. He did. Now, please, Delusional. Please. Unfortunate. I think nerves are kind of taking a little bit of a point here, but Delusional should still get the 2 side. Okay, probably not. Probably missed more than 4 missiles. You have to... The only way to 2-cycle Corpius is in rookie mode, and you have to hit 26 missiles. Delusional kind of missed a couple and also lost some time in general because he got stuck behind the tail, which is a bit unfortunate, but still out of there. Manny not too far behind because of those hiccups from Delusional. It's probably just nerves kicking in a little bit, I would say.
Uploading data.
Good mash from Delusional, getting through that Atom text. Our favorite thing is skipping Atom in general, which we will do wholly in Caterus. So Scorpius would probably be the second trick that most people, second reason people reset in Artaria. And the third one is actually coming up that Delusional will most likely go for. I believe I saw him practicing earlier. It's called the water skip. And it is pretty... It can be a little bit annoying, but it's not too bad once you get the hang of it. The hardest way to do it is cloakless, but we have Phantom Cloak, so we don't have to worry about that. Delusional having a bit of trouble on water skip. There we go. And as I say that, he gets through it. I believe in 4. Let's see how many takes this. Could save some time here if he gets it in at least 3. If not, he'll be around the same. In 3, nice. Not too bad. So there's another skip here. It's called the water platform skip, where it saves like 2 seconds. It really doesn't save a lot of time, but it can waste you a lot, but Delusional gets through it in 1 go. See how Manny handles his. Nice, 1 shot. Alright, now we have Charge Beam. Honestly, Manny's not too far behind at all. I think that it is very easy to fall behind in Artaria in general, given the amount of tricks in such a short period of time that there are. Between Cloak Pseudo, Corpius, Water Skip, Water Platform Skip, already there's so many things that can either gain you a lot of time or really hold you back. So I think Manny's holding up pretty well right now. Given the caliber of both runners, I do think that DelusionalPrince does have an advantage. I believe he has a mid 117, which is an amazing time for this category. And Manny is at, I believe, just hit a sub 120 yesterday. So it doesn't mean it's impossible for Manny to win. No, absolutely not. It thinks, you know, it's a race setting. A lot of things do happen. You know, Manny can pull out a PB, Delusional. I mean, I'm not wishing anything bad to happen to any of these runners, obviously, but I'm just trying to point out that it's not always going to be a, not necessarily going to be a clean race. As we can see, Delusional's having a bit of hiccups movement-wise here, so. But overall, moving through Artaria quite nicely. No, I won't curse both of them, Ed. I'll do my best not to do that. I'll know how it feels to be in this seat now and feel horrible after you say something and then something bad happens. Curse both of them, make it interesting. Alright, let's see this Atom Mash. Beautiful. Beautiful Atom Mash. That is true, we do all experience it, Ed, we do. Alright, Delusional heading towards Magus Skip, which is another reason that people might reset this run, but gets it in 2 tries. Nice. Let's see, does Manny go for the setup for Magus? It is more consistent. Second try, okay. So they're keeping relative pace to each other in respect to their current times, if that makes sense. Like, Manny's not really gaining, he's not losing either. Nice. Already Delusional is done with the central unit. And he's gonna head towards the white Emmy. Which, debating on how you do this Emmy could be another potential reason you reset. If you go for a full plant, you might end up resetting completely. If you go for like a semi-plant, that was very brave from Delusional. It would not have been me if I were in the seat right now. But nice, gets the somewhat plant kill. I don't know, it's like a semi-plant? I don't know what to call that. Manny, please jump, thank you. Perfect, okay. Manny gets the kill that I believe most people tend to go for nowadays, which is if you don't kind of plant, you jump over the Emmy, which is still a little bit dangerous. Slide under to kill. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The semi-plant, I'm making up names now. Alright, both players have Spider Magnet and are now going to be leaving Artaria, which has probably the last reason you would reset this run. in Artaria, at least. Caterus is another thing in its entirety. I'd say the first 20 minutes are the most reset heavy in any category of Metroid Dread. And for this reason, it would, or sorry, for this last reason, it would be the damage boost, the elevator boost. I don't know any of the names in this game, I'm sorry. I just press buttons. Which Delusional will most likely go for, because I think every runner in this tournament goes for it. Interesting setup, is that intentional? Oh my, sorry, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, going for the zipper. Do they call it zip skip? I think something's coming to my head now. Zip skip just came. Manny hits it, which means that Manny will now be in the lead for right now. These little things can really make or break a run, I would say. So that zipper, I believe, I mean, anyone in the chat, please correct me if I'm wrong, but if you hit it first try, it saves 8 seconds? And if you miss it, you lose like 15 or something? Or more? Yeah? Okay, cool. I'm not making up numbers, though. Maybe I am. It's around 8, and if you don't get it back, it was like 15. Sheesh. It's dangerous. It looks like a pretty simple skip. It's like, yeah, just get hit by the bug. But there's a lot of factors that go into it.
Uploading data.
Let's go. We love skipping Adam. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. I actually believe that Delusional did save a little bit of time based on that mash alone. But the Caterus is the Caterus. Caterus is once again reset heavy, I know. This game is pretty loaded with tricks that can really mess you up in the beginning. But Caterus is known to trip people up based on Adam skip, which will come up pretty soon, but first we have to get through the Hell Run, which is pretty short. They both have 2 tanks, so I assume they'll make it out. Never mind. You know what? This is hard. I feel you know. I understand everything that you go through when you commentate. Because I want to say stuff, but half of me doesn't want to jinx anyone. But I want to say, they have 2 tanks, so I can't imagine them, you know, messing up too badly. Vanny gets through it. Almost dead. But not, so you know what? We'll take those. Congrats, Manny. And Delusional gets through as well. I was looking at different screens. Delusional handled that spawn pretty well. The green Emmy, I would say, has debatably some of the worst spawns in the game. Because there's like 2 different spawns that can that could be right in your face and really just trip you up. So Delusional got like a decent one, I would say. One that's easily avoidable and not too bad. And I believe Manny also got a good spawn. I don't think either of these players go for Hell Pseudo. Thank you, Manny, for proving me right. I appreciate it. I don't think Delusional will either. I think it's probably better to value consistency rather than going for a trick like that right now. Yeah, solo commentating a race is pretty hard. And this is only my 2nd time commentating in general, so cry, tears cry, you know. But I'll try my best. Alright, so they're actually both players are gonna head towards Adam skip pretty soon. Just gotta get through this. They aim up in this area in particular to get this little gate open up top, so that way we save like a second later on in the run. But yeah, Adam skip is, I want to say, the last of the gauntlets in early game when it comes to feeling like you're playing at least decently well, because it is I believe 5 frame perfect trick. Like you have to fit 5 frame perfect inputs or something like that to hit it. Delusional gets it first try, which means that Delusional is now in the lead, and Manny gets it, I didn't count, but not too far behind, which is really good. So congrats to both of them for getting it. It's pretty much even now. I think... Wait, Manny's still in the lead by, like... a little bit, like frames. So maybe it's something, tripped up Delusional I didn't get to see while I was switching audio that now I have to switch it back. Oh, they're pretty much frame match. Well, I guess Delusional's... Ooh, okay, Delusional gets ahead because Manny grabbed the ledge. Ledge grabs in this game are pretty detrimental. In terms of, like, they lose an incredible amount of time for how easy they are to mess up. And it's very, painful sometimes. Oh, Delusional messed up a little bit. So did Manny, I believe. So they're still pretty much in the same spot. I wonder if either of these players are gonna two tank this. Like, if this is gonna be the last tank that they get, I would assume they're gonna 3-tank. I see Manny's in chat. Brave soul, I could never watch my run while racing. I bet $1,000 that Manny 3-tanks. I don't have 1,000. Okay, perfect. So both making it out of Dyron, pretty close to each other. Really, I want to say what, like, let's see when it turns to black. 48, 49, so like 3 seconds behind each other. Or apart from each other, rather. We get this beautiful, beautiful load screen. He's a 3-tank kind of guy. I'm also a 3-tank kind of person. Let's see how Delusional handles this little cloak jump. Oh, doesn't go for the cloak jump, but Manny doesn't technically. I mean, he goes for the jump, but not with the cloak. Interesting, just that good, I see. Which actually saved Manny like a second. Ooh, but gets hit by the little spiky guy. Oof. Manny with a little bit of movement hiccups. That'll cost him a couple seconds. Ooh, these ledge grabs are not treating Manny too nicely. Good move from Delusional all the way to wide beam. At 25 on Fanfire. Manny around 31, so it's like 5 to 6 seconds. I have the Fanfare so like stuck in my head, I can just see when someone gets an item and I'm singing it in my head. Nice damage boost from Delusional. I believe that save was like a second, and if you miss it and fall, you just start crying. That tends to be what happens. At least I start crying. Alright, Delusional with a clean, getting out of Dyron, all the way back to Catters. Same with Manny. Really Really close to each other. Impressively so. I wonder what will be a determining factor for these runners. Will it be movement? Will it be bosses? Will it be RNG? You know, I wonder what will be the determining factor, because it seems like Manny's playing pretty well right now. And I know, I mean, Delusional is an amazing runner. Like, I've been watching Delusional quite a bit since the All Bosses tournament has started. And I can't help but feel that nerves are kind of taking over a little bit. Because Delusional is a pretty consistent kind of guy. Nice. Charge missiles? Yes, charge missiles coming in from Delusional. Should be in like 6. Nice. With a weave. Aiming weave. Very beautiful. It's one thing to weave with just mashing straight ahead, but to aim it, that's pretty difficult. Alright, Delusional taking on probably the easiest Emmy kill in the game. Looks very scary, but it's not, and gets it nice and clean. Nice. Ooh, nice morph into the tunnel. Very clean. So now we're gonna head back to Artaria. Artaria tends to be our favorite place in this entire run, because we head there maybe like 4 separate times. This will be the second time, and we're gonna go back and get Varia. The Varia climb is a bit of a movement check. It's going to be a little interesting to see how each of them handle it. I believe Delusional also picked up the 10 pack. I have to see. If he's at 36, then he didn't. But normally people pick up the 10 pack for Kraid. Kraid can give you different types of RNG, and it can be pretty annoying to deal with only 36 missiles. So hopefully Kraid is kind of nice. Even with 46, I've ended Kraid having 0 missiles. It happens pretty rarely, but it does happen, unfortunately. And you 44. Okay, so Delusional did pick up Kraid missiles, or 10 pack missiles for Kraid. Did it get the morph? Ooh, nice morph. You have to time that pretty well to be able to get the momentum to keep going for the morph slide. Slide morph. English is a language. Nice. Delusional again with the slide morph. Oh, super clean. That one's pretty hard to hit, that morph into that with the charge beam. It could be super finicky because sometimes you won't hit the second block. Nice, man. He's having a pretty clean climb too. Didn't get the smooth on morph, unfortunate, but not too big of a deal. Alright, Delusional with Varia suit already. I do believe that he has made up quite a bit of time already. I want to say like 8 seconds. I didn't get to count this time. But probably just based on movement alone, you know, not grabbing ledges and things like that, it really adds up throughout the run. Nice, okay. So I do think Kraid will play a big part in either making up time or separating time. Because as I said before, Kraid has a bit of RNG in both phases. In the first phase, we want to see... In both phases, actually, you want to see nails. But in the first phase, the first attack you want to see is Kraid throwing nails at you. Because it leaves his mouth in a good position for you to spam missiles. Which is always very nice. But if he starts spitting whatever he spits at you, then it's still manageable, especially if you do charge missiles, but it's just a little bit more annoying to deal with. And then in the second phase, there's 3 different attacks he can do. I'll try to see if I can show them when, or explain them when they get there. But so far, they seem to be having clean movement throughout this heated part of Cataris. Oof. Manny with a little bit of a dip. Nothing too unmanageable. Okay, Delusional does do charge missiles into Kraid's mouth. I think Kraid is the hardest boss to do charge missiles to, but he's handling it pretty well. So, Delusional did get the spit attack, which once again is unfortunate because of the angle, but gets through the first phase pretty well. Manny did also get good RNG, but having a little bit of trouble with the charge missiles. And they do 2 different ways of getting up to Kraid's mouth. So, as you saw before, Delusional did a single wall jump, which is pretty difficult to accomplish. He missed 1 time, but got it the second, which is nice. And then Manny got decent RNG and was able to go up the more, I guess, casual way you can say of getting to Kraid's mouth. Alright, both done with Kraid, and I did not get to explain any of the attacks. But not too bad. I forgot how much happens throughout, like... It's hard to explain things, because, I'm trying to learn how. Because a lot happens at once, more than I realize until I start talking. Yeah, Manny was very close to getting punched right before Kraid died. That's probably my least favorite attack Kraid does. Because sometimes he winds it up for so long and, like, he jukes me. I'm like, how did you mess with me that much? Yeah, this is very close. Yeah, exactly. There's too many different punch speeds. Causes a lot of problems. Alright, so now they're both heading towards this dev-intended skip, which might sound like that doesn't exist, because why would a dev intend for you to skip something? But Metroid has a lot of intended skips, and the reason we know that is because there are specific things that you can do. In this case, early grapple. There's specific Ooh, Delusional's having a bit of trouble with this jump, but he gets through it 3rd try. Manny could make up some time here if he gets it first, and he does. Nice. I know Delusional's not too happy about that. But, yeah, simple things like that, like I said, it can lose you just a lot of time. Thanks for doing comms. Yeah, no problem. It's my first time doing comms alone, so I'm sorry if it's a little bit scuffed. But I'm trying my best. Yeah, Delusional did almost take a suit break there, and that's like probably the worst one to take, because if you do take a dip on the second jump, you have to reset to checkpoint. So that would have been a long time loss, or big time loss rather. So early grapple, nice. Delusional gets that pretty ahead of Manny. Alright, but Delusional is gonna have to deal with this enemy that he didn't get to kill, so he's gonna have to wait a second. or else he will get hit and fall. So just little things like that Manny's gonna be making some time up on. So let's see when Delusional turns to black. Delusional screen turns to black. 43? 45? So it's like a 2-second lead. She knows the names of all the bosses? That is so cute. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely adorable. Alright, so now we're gonna do the reverse of what we just did of these 2 jumps. Nice. No problems there for either of the runners. Let's see how they leave. Alright, they both turn around and grab the ledge and then jump, which is a safer way of doing it because you can morph out and jump, but you could also just take a dip in lava, which is not going to be fun. Ooh, Manny with the bad RNG. Unfortunately, but gets through it with the nice phantom cloak. Nice. Okay, Delusional does get the blob open. Normally, I wouldn't hit it with a charge shot like Manny did. Delusional was able to hit it, which was very fortunate, but I believe it's easier to hit that blob and break it open if you just shoot it with a regular beam rather than a charge shot and then beams. Just a suggestion. Alright, Delusional at 334. And I believe Manny at like 38. My brain is doing the fanfare in my head, so that's why the timing might look a little bit off. Alright, they're coming up on another trick that could be pretty a determining factor of this race. It could be, it's not necessarily going to be, but if it does happen, it wouldn't be too surprising, because this is another reset point for a lot of players that they're coming up to, which is Barenia and more specifically Backdoor Flash. It is a very rhythmic based trick. To do, you're supposed to do, what's it called? Is it infinite bomb jumps? I don't know exactly what it's called. But like diagonally, and then you're supposed to do that until a pressure pad door opens, which is always fun. Use 2 sharp shots, first one while I'm ledge hopping, second before the... Oh, interesting. And you break it up at every time, Ed? The little blob? I feel like I would miss both shots. It's pretty consistent to just do it with a regular beam. Alright, so now we have entered Barenia, which is a pretty cool area. People tend to really, just in general, casually like this area for like ambiance. I just hate water areas in general, so I don't care about your ambiance. I just want to leave. But it is pretty neat. And he gets hit by the little beam guy. Delusional's kind of blazing through this area right now. Maybe taking a more safe approach, I guess you could say, to getting through the little moat. Oh, Manny doesn't do backdoor flash? Oh, okay. So more consistent. So Delusional does get it first try. So that'll save him quite a bit of time over Manny if that's the case. Not doing backdoor flash is definitely more consistent, and I would recommend it if you're not comfortable. If you're either just starting the game or just in general not comfortable with backdoor flash, it does lose like 8 seconds. Well, okay, someone correct me on that, please. I know getting backdoor, or sorry, missing backdoor flash once loses 8 seconds or so, but I don't know how much it loses in general to not go for it. But yeah, I would recommend it if you're not comfortable doing backdoor flash or relatively new to the game, because backdoor flash can be painful to learn. No, BDF loses 8 seconds. Okay. I wonder if Manny goes for the pseudos that Delusional's going for. He gets it pretty easily, which is nice. That'll save some time as well. I personally do not, and it looks like he is. Let's see if Manny can hit it as fast as Delusional. Nice, gets the first one. So this requires pause buffering, as you can see Manny's doing right now. Gets it, nice, wow. Both of the runners get it, I think within what would essentially be a first try, but Manny does miss the water bomb jump, which will lose a little bit more time. Hits it with 2, which is very interesting. First try is an 8-second gain. Okay, I should trust myself more on the information that I know. But thank you, Ed. I appreciate it. Okay, so now we're heading towards the yellow Emmy, which is one of the scariest Emmys casually, I would say. I always say it's terrifying when the yellow Emmy is chasing after you. But really not hard to deal with in a speedrun, and you'll see why pretty soon. But the boss because these central units are considered a boss, even though you fight them like 15 times. This one in particular is the most annoying boss to deal with. Or, sorry, central unit to deal with, because of all these rinkas. It's just a pain. Heck the Emmys? Absolutely. That's what all my homies say. Heck the Emmys. Alright, but you'll see why Delusional is gonna hit the yellow Emmy. Just like that. Honestly, at that point, I would say Emmy's down. Because it's really just as simple as aiming diagonally upwards. And that's it. Let's see how Manny handles this. Nice. Same thing with Manny. I would say the Emmy's pretty much down at that point. Nice. Okay. So now that we have Speed Booster and Flash Shift, I think the game really opens up in terms of movement. The unfortunate thing is that as cool as Speed Booster is, Flash Shift is usually faster, to every runner's disappointment. But yeah, you'll definitely see Flash Shift. You'll see Speed Booster used as well, but Flash Shift tends to get used the most. As you can see, Delusional doing some pretty cool flash chains. I wonder if he does this one. Apparently it's slower to do this flash chain here, which I learned yesterday. But interesting. Delusional gains time over Manny and that he uses charge missiles. Absolutely. Charge missiles, I'll bring up again, I think when they do C57? I don't know if they go through another Emmy. I have to remember the route. No. Yes. We'll see. We'll get there when we get there. But the next boss, there's a lot of bosses in this game. You go through 30. So the next boss that Delusional is coming up through right now could also be another point where Manny could either gain time or lose time. Because it's Quiet Keep. Let's see if Delusional hits it. I'll explain the boss in a second. Should hit. That should be clean. Nice, Delusional. So this boss right here gets taken down with... Interesting. Gets taken down with 2 Shine Sparks. If you handle the RNG pretty well, which it looks like Delusional is... That's unfortunate. Okay, Delusional should have it after this one. Nice. 2 Shine Sparks, but it can be pretty difficult based on RNG, and also if you mistime your Shine Spark, pressing down on Shine Spark, it can be pretty rough to deal with as well. Manny missing Quiet Keep, unfortunate, but not too big of a deal. We'll have to see how he handles the Robo Chozo, the robot. There is still a bit of time to save there. Don't think he's gonna get that one. Very close. Should have get that one. Nice. Alright. Honestly, not a bad fight. I would say a tiny bit faster than Delusional, so I think he saved a tiny bit of time. Rip the keep, yeah. You don't believe the flash chain before a QR elevator is slow? I heard Delusional say that, yes. It's not Delusional, sorry. Fortify tell me that yesterday. And I was like, oh, interesting. But I personally haven't timed it. I was going off word of mouth. Yeah, definitely decent QR, a quiet rope from both players. And Delusional making quick work of the movement through Dyron to get back to Berenia. And Berenia is another... Berenia 2 specifically is a big movement section. You will be seeing really cool speed booster tech, just like you saw Delusional do earlier. You're going to see a bit more of it in Berenia 2. Let's see how Manny handles this as Delusional leaves Dyron. 2 flashes out, nice. I think a lot of this movement is pretty cool just in general, right after you get Flash Shift and Speed Booster, because you use both of them, which is beautiful to get through, to traverse a lot of area. Nice. Alright, Manny with a tiny bit of hiccups, but nothing too detrimental, I would say. Ooh! Gets hole in one. From Delusional top route. Ooh, interesting. Top route, which saves like 0.5 seconds or something like that. Unfortunately, he missed it, but it'll be fine. Easy backup. Delusional hitting the speed keep nicely. Oh, he goes for the speed keep here too. Interesting. I believe the faster route is flash shifting all the way across this area, but the speed booster and the Shine Spark make this room a little bit easier. Ooh, grabs the ledge. Unfortunate. Another speed booster. So he's going to want to store a Shine Spark here and then jump all the way up. Nice. We love grapple blocks, or grapple things. Alright, Drog. So Drog is going to be interesting because Drog has a 1 cycle to him. If Delusional can... hit the 1 cycle, that'd be wonderful. So what it requires is that Delusional is going to shoot 6 missiles, take some damage, shoot 3 missiles, take more damage, take 1 more. Just take 1 more just in case. I would have took 1 more just in case, but didn't get the charge shot out either, but still gets 1 cycle. Nice. Manny's taking a safer route upwards to Drog and gets there pretty smoothly. Oof. The Berenia Tower, annoying, I think, for any runner at any given point in a day. Let's see how Manny handles Drog. Like staying on left side, fair enough. Preference, if you stay on left or right one, he's actually hitting that really fast, but that's 3. Okay, that should be it to 1 cycle. That one's free for Manny. Nice. That was super clean. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised that 1 cycled too, Ed. But it was good. Taking the speed booster all the way up here. So now we're going, it's boss after boss after boss, really, because we're heading into another Robot Chozo fight. This one you store a Shine Spark and just hit him for half damage. The reason we hit the if we can hit a boss with a Shine Spark, we hit them with a Shine Spark, is because each Shine Spark does half damage to any, like, boss enemy. So you're able to hit him with like 20 or so missiles, and he's pretty much down after that. Let's see how Manny handles this. Nice, gets the Shine Spark. Pretty clean. Seems Delusional is making it through Gavern pretty decently. Super Missile is one of the harder. It looks really simple, but it's a pretty hard split to optimize. The rooms are not only very tiny that you're traversing through, but there's a lot of like short ledges like here that can be annoying to go through. Delusional handles it pretty well. I wonder which way Delusional goes through this next room. I wonder if he does a Hackathon boost, which I learned yesterday. This thing is called the Hackathon. He does! Nice! That damage boost can be a little bit finicky, so nice job hitting that Delusional. Shine Spark only has 2 damage values, 50% and 100%. Yeah. Which is wild. Alright, Manny heading towards Elin. I can't even remember the name of the area because it's just so useless in this game. You go there for plasma, and that's pretty much it. And to release the X, which is very important to the game and its lore, but you know, whatever. Alright. Lucian is making quick work of, as I say that, he hits the door. That's fine. Making relatively quick work of Elin as a whole. The plasma is a pretty simple split. Much simpler than Super Missile, in my opinion. Alright, let's see if Manny takes the damage boost in the next couple of rooms. Ooh, nice hitting the speed keep. It's a beautiful speed keep. Let's see this mash. Delusional. Delusional has a pretty good mash from what I've seen. Good weave too. That was incredibly fast. Holy. Wow, nice. Nice fast fight from Delusional. Gonna get the heck out of Elin. And let's see how Manny hit a speed keep. Oh, so close, Manny. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna take responsibility for that one, but I'm so sorry. Alright, Manny handling the bonks now. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of time saved for Delusional based on his weaving alone. Because as you can see, that fight from Manny took a lot more time than Delusional's did. Delusional's was like incredibly fast. But Delusional got the nice cutscene skip. We love that for him. Let's see if he hits this speed keep. It's a pretty long one throughout Gavern, but it's pretty cool. Ooh, hits him with the morph. Nice. I believe if you do the morph variation, you don't have to worry about any RNG that the blue Emmy might give you. Because he can give you some pretty bad RNG where he ends up right in front of your face. But if you do the morph variation like Delusional just did, You don't really have to worry about that. The source is my own because I do the morph version and I am free every single time. But unfortunately from Delusional misses this little mushroom here, which is one of the most painful misses in the entire game because you have to wait for the entire thing to respawn. So once again, just some time that Manny can make up should he hit it first try. Let's see if Manny gets the... Oh, okay. Didn't have to worry about the RNG. I think he would have hit the blue Emmy if he hit the full speed cube. Yes, my source is trust me. Look, trust me, it works every time, okay? Alright, nice. Delusional hitting the ice Emmy. The ice Emmy is down, which is wonderful. I think, so we're coming up on a couple of splits that I think are very difficult. For me, spin boost is extremely difficult. And people love to say that all bosses is a run with no... How do you say? A run with no... like run killers. I think they're liars. I think they're absolute liars. I think all bosses has a bunch of run killers. I think Drog is a run killer. I think spin boost is a run killer, just in general. But I think the split can be pretty difficult itself because I believe Delusional goes for the ledge morph, like the ledge warp morph variation, and he does first shot. Okay, prove me wrong. I love that. Where if you really mess it up, it can cost you quite a bit of time resetting and retrying and resetting and retrying, but Delusional gets it first try because people love to prove me wrong. Honestly, it might just be a skill issue now that I'm talking about it like this, but I would never spread misinformation. Never. Not on my life. But yeah, I do think that can be a pretty tough trick to hit first try. So congrats to Delusional for getting it. That ledge warp is really nice. It saves quite a bit of time. Quite a bit of time, because if you miss it, it's just, you kind of have to do a like, walk of shame type of deal. So Manny's going for it now. Should open the door, but he doesn't. But he gets it pretty, what, in 3-4 tries? It's not too bad. Pretty good. I would be very happy with that, personally. I tend to lose like 30 seconds on that split alone. Ooh, Noya Keep? Nice! Delusional hitting Noya Keep. Delusional's movement has gotten crispier and crispier throughout the run, I will say. Alright, good job. Manny's gonna head towards this fight. Should be able to make quick work of it. But if you really want to know about the morph versus the speed keep with morph versus regular speed keep, I suggest you try it out for yourself and then tell me I'm right. I'm just saying. Because I miss the Emmy every time. Just saying. Oh, Manny's not going for Noya Keep. Which is fine, to be honest. It's not too big of a deal, because if you miss it, I mean, it's basically the same thing. No idea how much you practice those keeps. That one's really difficult, I think, the Noya Keep. Specifically because of how spin boost, for me, how spin boost works. So, yeah, definitely congrats to Delusional for hitting that. It was very nice, very clean. Alright, Delusional heading towards gravity. Everything looks pretty clean from what I saw. Just now, there's no big hiccups that I saw getting to gravity, so nice. Nice job to Delusional for that. We're gonna go to a pretty heavy movement section for Delusional, which is Frozen Artaria. It's a pretty cool area. Probably one of the most fun movement areas in the game, I would argue. Just for the speed. Oh, Manny, no! Manny misses the speed booster or the shine spark. So resetting this up, it can be a bit of a pain because like at any point if you miss this, any part of the speed keep shine spark stores, you have to go all the way back up and reset. And it's not a fun time. It's cool because it's frozen true. Alright, nice. You saw Delusional aim down there because he wanted to get these little enemies that you're gonna see on the right side to get out of his way. Well, you didn't see them at all because he got him out of his way. Alright, nice. Keeps the shine spark all the way into the boss fight, into this red Mockin boss fight, which takes out once again half of its health. Get already in second phase. It doesn't have to worry about anything. At any time, if we can shine spark a boss, we will shine spark a boss. No, believe me, Manny, that happens to every single runner. Don't be embarrassed. Like, I promise you, we all feel the pain. I promise you that. Let's see how Delusional handles the speed keep. Nice. Or he gets through the whole thing pretty much. I wonder if he does the speed keep throughout the second half, because I've been notified since yesterday that it is indeed slower, and I think he does based off of that alone. Yes, he does. There was even... You can even do a bigger speed keep than that, but it's a little bit harder, in my opinion, not really worth it. Especially since flash shifts throughout this area are faster regardless. Nice. Shine spark up. Oh, misses that part. Got his little toes caught on the ledge. Not too bad, though. Let's see if Manny can hit the shine spark getting into the red Mockin fight. Nice, he does. I think that's one of the hardest ones to hit. Because the blob up top, if you don't angle it correctly, you just miss the blob entirely, and you have to reset the speed keep. Or the shine spark. So good job to Manny. The fight should be pretty much over. Nice. Alright, let's see how Manny handles this speed keep as DelusionalPrince heads towards Z57. Delusional, running away a little bit so far. Manny's not too far behind, and definitely things can still happen to help him. Like, for example, Z57 RNG. Manny handling that speed keep very nicely. Maybe he doesn't do the second one? Interesting. Oh, he does. Alright. It's a very comfortable speed keep to do, if you know it. So good job to Manny for that. Alright, Delusional heading towards Z57 and getting not great RNG. One swipe, hopefully not double. Don't jinx. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'll apologize for that one. Double swipes lose you about 8 seconds. But something that Delusional does do, that Ed actually in chat brought up before, is that Delusional does charge missiles, and they save a lot of time, specifically on bosses like Z57. And as you can see, Delusional's already in the second phase. My goodness. Just flying through this boss. Gonna hit the shine spark. Surprise! It makes me nervous when people go for the second one. I don't know why. It makes me feel you have less time, but nice boss fight from Delusional. 5901 leaving. So let's see where Manny is after. With some bad RNG though, so maybe if Manny gets some decent ones, he can catch up some time. But Manny, like I said before, Manny doesn't do charge missiles, so there might be a bit of a time lost there, in fact, even if you get to go to RNG. Let's see. Good RNG, but like we said before, or like I said before, just regular missiles. So this will take a bit more time. I'm not sure how many missiles it is. I want to say 16. I did not count. But yeah, even these little hand things that Z57, many had to hit them twice, or Delusional had to hit them once. So it's 8 shots versus 4 just there alone. Nice. Delusional getting screw attack very cleanly. And Manny dealing with Z57 just like that. No, you cannot ask for a better Z57 pattern manner. You are absolutely correct. That's perfect. Alright, cool. Also, I didn't see when Manny left, so that's my bad. Alright, Manny gets out of there pretty cleanly. But Delusional is heading towards another boss fight. It's jam-packed with boss fights. I mean, there is 30, so... Ooh, skips the miss. Oh, he weaves. He doesn't need them. He does not need them. I forgot. If you weave on Ravenbeak in particular, you don't need more than probably like 38 missiles, actually 36 missiles. But Delusional has 46, so... And he weaves, it should be pretty easy. But if not, you need around 50 to get past Ravenbeak's second phase. And my goodness, Delusional handled that boss fight extremely, extremely fast. Alright, Manny getting screw attack. I'm gonna try to remember this. I might need to write it down. 10208. Alright, we're writing it down. I don't have a pen, never mind. 10208. So from boss fight to boss fight to boss fight, Delusional is now heading towards Golzuna, which is everyone's favorite boss that plays this game, right? Don't fact check that. Golzuna, who can lose you a bunch of time or just keep you on pace. Figure 8, nice. It's one of my favorite variations. I used to be a ball spark enjoyer, but now I'm a figure 8 enjoyer. Double heck Golzuna, absolutely. Manny does pick up the missile pack and gets that shine spark nicely. But Delusional with a pretty much perfect Golzuna fight. Pretty much perfect. Holy. Honestly, Delusional is not playing any more games, just running through everything like he means business. So, does anyone remember what I said? 10208. Thank you, because I already forgot. Thank you, Fortify. I appreciate it. So 10208 to 103. This is like a 15-second little cutscene thing to black. Probably like 53. I'm so good. 103.53. Now that's some math. It's like, wow. It's like what, 140? What did I say, 53? What? Oh, wow, 145? Oh gosh. Apart. Not scanned by crossbones. True. Delusional didn't get scanned by crossbones. I didn't get to mention that. Cross bombs come from the worst boss in the game and also one of the worst items in the game. People tend to get scammed in that room. Well, I'll bring it up again when Manny gets there. I wonder what Manny does. Manny do figure 8? Yes! We're all figure 8 enjoyers. Nice. I'm happy to hear it. Oh, but misses the store. Oh no. Goes for the backup? Nice, gets it. Alright, gonna lose a little bit of time there, but honestly, getting the store is something I would be very happy about. So congrats to Manny for that. Alright, let's see if Manny gets scanned by cross bombs while Delusional enters Ferenia. Almost gets... Well, okay, we got one more. Not scammed, not scammed. We love that for you. Super quick movement coming from Delusional in Ferenia. That barely even get a chance to talk about it. Nice. Nice avoidance of the Emmy too. Very clean. Didn't even get the door closed on him. Heading towards it, which can be a little bit annoying. Because once you avoid the Emmy, there is a chance that you might need a Phantom Cloak, but Delusional didn't even need to do that. Mini scam at first. Yes, he did get mini scammed at first. Very close call. So now heading towards another boss. Who would have thought there were so many bosses and all bosses, right? Which is SQ. SQ is not too bad if you know how to hit him and get the pogo screw attacks, which we'll see if Delusional can hit. Nice, and he does. This is the pogo. Because you just jump on him, and that should be a 2-cycle. Whoa, nice. That was a beautiful 2-cycle. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, so now, as you guessed it, we're heading towards another boss on Delusional side. 2, actually, but we have to get through the double robot Chozos first. Similar to what we saw in Berenia, but not as bad, in my opinion, because at least here you get to store a Shine Spark in the beginning. Nice, Delusional. It's gonna get it. And then a mash. And they get taken down pretty quickly. Nice. Pretty perfect fight. Both, Manny also got the bad RNG. Let's see if he can not have to cloak. Perfect. Nice. Whoa, he did that super fast. Holy, he didn't even get hit by the little saw enemy. Holy. I didn't know you could do that. I'm not gonna lie. I thought you would either get hit or have to jump over it. So nice. Thank you for teaching me, Delusional. So while Manny's heading towards the SQ fight, Delusional is heading towards the purple Emmy. Did I say yellow Emmy before? Sorry, purple Emmy. Which is the wave Emmy. The scariest Emmy in the game, in my very humble opinion. Casually and... oh, Manny also gets 2-cycle. Nice. Wow. Congrats to both of them. Holy. But yeah, scariest Emmy in the game, mainly because of the types of kills you can go for on him. They're all very close. And I'm assuming... Deep blue, yeah. Greggy in chat says deep blue, and Greggy is correct, but it is the slowest variation of the kill, and I don't think any of the runners are gonna do it. Delusional going for the plant kill, or the... Yeah, it's a plant kill, but like, not a full plant. But pretty scary. So what he has to do is he has to sit here and shoot the Emmy's faceplate until he gets really close, and if Delusional misses 4 shots, which he did not miss, so you have to count those extremely fast shots. If he misses any of those shots, he has to jump over. He didn't. It was pretty much a perfect kill. The only way you can get a plant kill, I think, is if you mash. You mash or you use turbo. I think those are the only options because you have to hit the faceplate a certain way. But nice. Delusional with wave beam. And Delusional's kind of running away. I mean, pretty much ran away at this point. With everything he would need to die to Ravenbeak pretty much at this point. You know, I'm really starting to understand this cursing thing that commentators go through. Because, like, this is hard to try not to accidentally be like, you have to do this, and that's pretty difficult. But, whoops. Alright, we're not putting any bad energy, though. I believe in Delusional's ability. And I saw his Ravenbeak. Delusional's Ravenbeak is crazy. Like, crazy fast. Alright, Manny heading toward... I wonder what Manny does. I actually don't know what Manny does in terms of wave ME kills. But I'm very interested to see. Because I can imagine it's either a plant kill or it's heading towards the left, which is like the original quick kill of the game. And he heads towards the left. Okay, so this is gonna waste, or it's gonna be slower than what Delusional did, but it's much more consistent and much less scary. Because if you do die to wave ME at any point, you basically lose upwards of 55 seconds. So 55 seconds and above, which is not fun at all. My god, Delusional's already done with the Red Chozo fight. Holy. I feel like I look away and Delusional's just flying. But nice kills on both of them. Both going through ME kill screens, which is interesting. But they both had very clean kills. Yes, he did indeed do left side. Which, if you are thinking about speedrunning this game, I suggest starting off left side and not starting off plant kill. Because it's much more consistent. It's still scary, and it'll still get your blood pressure up, but definitely much more consistent. Alright, Manny not going for the speed keep outwards of Ferenia. That's fine. Nice. Delusional getting the flash upwards into the morph tunnel. Ooh, I think... Oh, no, Delusional. I think runners now call this penthouse keep. I've never seen a name for this speed keep before, but I've heard it called penthouse keep recently. And I think that's interesting, so... Alright, Delusional, you got this. I believe. Should be down, shield down, nice. I mean, Delusional's mashing ability is just amazing. It's a beautiful thing to watch. Alright, Manny heading for the red Chozo. Okay, so I'm pretty sure 2-cycle on the shield, from what I can tell. Which is pretty nice. Alright. Delusional heading towards Itarash to fight against Mr. Beak, while Manny has just acquired power bombs. So pretty much I would say I'm not gonna say anything, never mind. Me not trying to jinx anyone. Good old Papa Beak? Yes, good old Papa Beak. But yeah, I will say that I do think Delusional's Ravenbeak is absolutely ridiculous in the best way possible. Super fast, second phase, super fast third phase. But second phase, I think, is a sight to see because of the weaving. In particular, let's see if Delusional gets gold skip though, because that can be pretty dangerous. I wonder if he does one lock or two. Two lock definitely for safety. So gold skip generally consists of mashing, and good RNG though with the swipes, but didn't get the crossbow off. I guess unfortunate. Should still get gold skip, or should be able to get gold skip. So if you do two lock, you only have to mash at 10 hertz. If you do one lock, you mash at 12. If you do no lock, you mash at 15 hertz. So Delusional did two locks, so he had to mash at 10 hertz, which was pretty clean right there. And as you can see, this weaving that Delusional is doing is just pumping DPS into Ravenbeak, ridiculously so. And you can probably notice that Delusional is also staying on the left side of Ravenbeak. This is a wall manipulation in which we try to reduce the number of attacks that Ravenbeak does. Second phase already done. Holy moly. Third phase should be honestly just as quick, mainly depending on RNG. The sun isn't too great, but still handling it like a champ. And not going to take that counter, I'm assuming. Yep. Just like, my goodness. I mean, it looks like he's just standing there mashing, but the amount of damage that he's doing just on that alone is like ridiculous. You know? And Ravenbeak is down for Delusional. My goodness. And Manny is now heading towards Itarash to do Ravenbeak, or to fight Ravenbeak, rather. RBX, the last boss of the game before escape. So we count 6 steps normally. There's different setups for it, but most runners will count 6 steps into and then fire the hyper beam into Ravenbeak's mouth. So pretty much at this point we can call. Did Manny DNF? Wait, what just happened? Has that been? Oh, accident, don't worry about it. Okay. So pretty much the race is called at this point. I would imagine that, yeah, I think Manny said he hit her on accident, but he's still there. For some reason, I don't know why cross bombs don't work in this room sometimes. I don't know if it's just me, but I saw that Delusional had a problem there too. But yeah, oh, does Manny miss gold skip? No. Okay. Oh, I thought I saw something there. But yes, at this point we can call Delusional the winner. Which is honestly an amazing run. I would say it's what, low 118? Which is really good. Delusional's PB is a 117.35, so not that far from it, and there's probably some very clear mistakes that he saw that he knows that he can improve on. So I would feel pretty good about the run. Very low 118, and congrats to Delusional for the win. Manny on third phase of Ravenbeak. I'm so sorry I did not get to see the second, but handling it pretty well from what I can tell. Not great RNG, unfortunate. Some of these melees are not great. Does he take the? No. Alright. Some interesting RNG Ravenbeak is deciding to throw at Manny. Please don't take all those hits. Okay, you're done with him, so it's fine. Alright, now Manny's heading towards escape. Manny does 9+1? Ah, okay. That's my bad. I didn't get to see. My apologies for that. Alright, so let's see if Manny counts 6 steps. I've seen some people shoot. Yeah, he does. I'll be honest, I don't count. I just wait for him to lunge forward like that, and then I'm like, okay, that's it. Alright, let's go, Manny. Let's finish it out. Nice shot, spark up. So the escape sequence really puts your movement to the test. You don't have Shine Spark anymore, so it's just like you're in the beginning of the game, except the speed booster, which you'll see right here. Don't use it that much, just to really Shine Spark and the last speed keep of the game. Shine Spark up, just like Ed said to do instead, because sometimes it's slower to Shine Spark up, but the cross bombs are finicky in that room, which is just weird. Oh, handling escape pretty well though. Trying to spark up, nice job. Final speed keep of the game. Oof, it's okay. True final speed keep, never mind. Alright, GG's. GG's to both Delusional and Manny. Delusional finishing with a 1:18:07, which is an amazing time, and I don't know what Manny finished with. I want to say like a 1:20. I'm gonna take a guess, alright? 1:20:52. That's it. Congrats. I don't know if either runners want to do an interview. If not, I'll just... Oh, whoops. I'm gonna keep the music. We're gonna keep the music up. But yeah. It was a good race. It was an interesting race. I wish I knew what Manny's end time was. Oh, they're both... Oh, hello? There they are.
Hey, Roots.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm sure Delusional is feeling that pretty well. Speaking of,
Hey, Delusional.
GG's.
How do you guys? Yeah, GG's to both of you.
yeah, GG Delusional. That was a match, all right. Say that much.
Yeah, so how do both of you guys feel about your runs? Any particular thoughts? We can start with you, Delusional.
Yeah, early game Artaria for me is always nervy, even when I'm just running by myself. Like a race makes it even more so, and like there's always gonna be that one thing that just goes crazy. I was trying to practice that D boost at the end of Artaria last night, and it was not going well. Like I need to go back and just like get really comfortable with it again. And I messed it up, and my backup is not very strong there. So I was like, you know what? I'm just taking the magnet.
Yeah.
So that was rough, but
might...
after that point, like. I feel like I started to calm down a little bit. Like I was able to like settle my nerves and just play. And I actually was surprised how much I was able to, I was like around 30 seconds off PB, like all the way through mid game.
Yeah.
It kind of up and down, whatever, but like I was able to keep pace and I was really happy with that.
Yeah, honestly, it was a really good run. Like 1:18 is really good. Even for someone who like I could tell you were nervous in the beginning because specifically on Corpius, you had headlock.
Yeah, I know. I
And
choked the headlock.
and I was like, oh yeah, Delusional's very nervous right now.
Yeah.
But you definitely picked it up mid game. I would say mid to end game was very strong. And
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
really
really
impressed
happy with
throughout.
it.
I was like, holy, he's flying. Because I would like turn to Manny's screen, and then it's like, oh, Delusional's done with the boss fight. I was like, okay, can we talk about Z57? Okay, wait, no, Delusional's done. Okay, so I had to try. I was trying to go back and forth, but you were flying. I was like, my goodness.
Yeah, I was like looking at your screen whenever I can, trying to see if you messed up on any of the late game stuff, but I didn't see you mess up on anything significant. You got everything down right, and that's
Yeah,
something to be
mid
really
to late
proud
game,
of.
there were no big mistakes. It was like some flubs here and there on movement, whatever. But I feel like that was fortunate. I was just in a good groove, like a good rhythm late game. I feel like I'm more comfortable with late game, which is funny because there's a lot more like, there's big stuff that can go really wrong. But like Artaria and Caterus, man, like I can't handle it. It just like everything goes wrong. There's like so many little things that can pile up.
Oh,
Yeah, I
so
mean,
true. That early
yeah,
game just never ever changes, and yet, like, no matter how much I practice, it's so easy to slip up on even the
Yep.
littlest thing. Like, I get it.
yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, the thing with Artaria is that like it's trick after trick after trick after trick, and then you get to Caterus after finishing that, and it's like, oh, Atom skip, great,
Yep. Yeah.
you know. But how do you feel about your run, Manny?
I
I
felt
s-
pretty good. I felt
mhm,
pretty good. Altaria was, I think the only really bad part of Altaria was it took me a while to do early cloak, and my corp fight could have been a little bit better, but like everything else
mhm,
in Altaria was fine. I got third try ADM in Catalyst, which I was pretty
yeah.
happy about. Wait, did you get first try, by the way?
I did.
God damn.
You
Third is
guys are
third is
pretty
close
close
enough.
throughout. Yeah,
Yeah. I was
you
gonna
guys are
say,
really close. Sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say the one thing that I just think was the worst part of my run was me failing early grab because I didn't press down. It was so embarrassing. I
Mm,
had the right setup, and I think I might have toggled the control stick right instead of down, so Samus just turned around without storing, and I fucked up. I'm sorry, bad apologies for the language, but I messed up, and I just had to recorrect myself. And I think I reacted pretty quickly, but it was still a very awkward moment because I almost never fail at that section. But aside
yeah,
from that, like aside from a little iffy Gozuna, I still got perfect spark at the end of the day, so I'm pretty happy about that. And overall, like it could have been a better run, but like aside from the things I listed, all the mistakes I made were relatively minor. So like, and it's in the tournament setting, like I don't have any
yeah,
too much reason to complain.
Yeah, that
yeah. No, there.
early grab is sneaky, I feel like it's fundamental. Like it's not overly complicated, but if you mess it up, it's like 20 seconds down the drain. If you're at the bottom, like it's like 20 seconds you got to reset and like go back up. And so I always start sweating there. Like I overthink it. I'm like, "Oh man, I can't fail a fundamental like this." Like it just like gets in your head a little bit. So that section is always like, let's just get past it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just like you can do it on autopilot if you know what to do, but it's just one wrong misinput and it's just all the way back to the beginning, and you
Yep.
lose like up to like half a minute, if not more. It's not fun.
Yeah, I think you guys were pretty close throughout, like, especially through Artaria, through Caterus. But I think early grab is what really let Delusional run away a lot more.
I think
Um,
Delusional was ahead of me way before then. Like even doing like the Berenia Gav section, I think you were like at least half a minute ahead, and I think I just lost a bit of time to like micro stuff.
yeah, I think like ledge grabs and things like that were really holding you back a little bit, like just random
Yeah,
ledge grabs here and there.
yeah, I got a couple of Mantos and like really like it's not like a deal breaker, but it's like I just cringe every time that happens. Like I'm better than that. I need to stop. Let Samus get too touchy feely with them. I just gotta keep moving.
hmm So with that, Delusional, who are you headed up against? I believe it's Exception, right?
Yep. Yep, that's the next one.
Yeah,
So
that's
Exception is
that's
really good. How do you feel going into that?
I feel like it's a toss up at this point. I
Yeah.
don't really know. Yeah, I think Exception likes doing 2 tank. So I went 3 tank because I knew
Oh.
Manny that you're comfortable with a 3 tank today, but like I usually like to match whoever I'm playing. Like against B Dog I went
ah
2 tank. And so I practice all the time with 2 tank. That's what I run with normally. But I was like, I want to be comfy today. But yeah, against Exception I'll probably go in 2 tanks. So that'll make it a little bit tighter. Just like have to be a little bit more on top of that. So
yeah
it'll definitely be a showdown. I'm gonna have to really put in some good work for that. We'll
yeah
see.
hmm
It should be a
yeah.
good match.
I'm really excited 'cause I know you and Exception have really close PBs. You have like a
Hmm.
mid 117. And Exception is either a 118 or 117. I haven't kept track of his progress, but you guys are really close, so it's gonna
Yep.
be a really exciting match to see.
Yeah, definitely. I know there is another match for anyone that's interested in more Metroid Dread. There is another match tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time, um, between Jaina and Grub Dog, which should be another interesting one. That to me is also a toss up. I
Yeah,
think
it's gonna
either
be
of them can.
dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hype.
So do you guys have anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
I would like to say, since this is my very last tournament match, I'm thankful for everyone who helped set this up. All the commentators, like you, Rude, you did like a. I have yet to watch the full commentary, Rob, but I'm really excited to see what you had to say about our match. Thank you, Delusional, for being a really great opponent. I'm really honored to go against you. You've come a long way in just a span of a year, so congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
yeah, thanks to all of my friends who've been watching and just, the whole speedrunning community for making this happen at all. Like Dread is a really fun speed game that I've been attached to for almost 2 years now, and it's really great to see how far all of us have come since then. So I'm grateful to
Mhm.
pretty much everyone there.
Delusional, anything else?
Yeah, it's just thanks to Speedgaming and the admins who've been pulling everything together. I know it's been a little hectic, like trying to piece everything together. A lot of matches at first, but like now that things are settling down, it can get things in order. It's good that we've been able to pick up the pace. I think a little bit for the tournament. But yeah, thank you to everybody who's been able to organize it, get everything ready for us. I know there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And I love this is my first tournament, obviously, but I love tournament settings. So it's a great opportunity to be able to do a game that I love in this kind of an environment. So thank you.
Yeah, I think it's been a pretty awesome tournament so far. It's been pretty pretty interesting. But with that, I think we will wrap it up. So once again, there is another tournament match tonight at 9 p.m. EST on the Speed Gaming channel. But with that, we will see you next mission. Bye bye.